In the darkest corners of the internet, a collection of nightmarish beings lurk, hostile, grotesque, inhuman, and born from the mind of one man, Trevor Henderson. A master of digital horror, he has unleashed a legion of terrifying entities that defy explanation and prey on our deepest fears. From the towering Siren Head abomination that stalks the woods to the grotesque grin of Cartoon Cat, hiding where no one else should. These creatures aren't just monsters, they're viral legends. Tonight, we descend into the lore of Trevor Henderson's most hostile, dangerous creatures. Creatures that don't just haunt your dreams, but they hunt you. For now, we'll be focusing solely on Trevor Henderson's canon creatures, those officially created and confirmed by the artist himself. But, as a special treat, I'll be including two non-canon entities at the end of this video. We'll be examining just how hostile these creatures truly are, and whether it's possible for anyone to survive a direct encounter with one of them. Welcome to the world of Trevor Henderson. We begin with the most iconic creation, the tall skeletal harbinger of static and screams, Siren Head. Standing over 40 feet tall with rusted sirens replacing a head, this creature is perhaps Trevor Henderson's most infamous creation. It's known for being extremely hostile, and usually hides in forests or small towns to ambush its prey. The first famous sighting was in 1966 when a family took a photo of it in the Arizona desert. However, drawings in ancient caves suggest it may have existed for thousands of years. Its arms are extremely long, almost as long as its body, and end in huge, bony hands. Instead of a normal head and neck, it has a skinny pole of flesh with two sirens facing opposite directions, wrapped with black wires. A siren head is not a creature born of our world. It exists outside the laws of nature, something far more alien and unsettling. Its form is unstable, constantly shifting. No two people seem to see it the same way. Victims often describe seeing different shapes, sizes, or even sounds, as if Siren Head twists reality itself. This disturbing trait makes it nearly impossible to understand or predict. Even more chilling is the mysteries of the sirens. How could something ancient possess technology that didn't exist until modern times? It raises terrifying questions about what Siren Head truly is and where it really comes from. Siren Head possesses a terrifying range of abilities that make it Trevor Henderson's deadliest creation. It can mimic human voices, emergency alerts, and radio broadcasts to lure its victims into isolated areas. Despite its massive 40-foot frame, it moves with eerie silence and blends seamlessly into its surroundings, often mistaken for telephone poles or even towers. Siren Head can emit high-frequency sound bursts capable of disorienting, injuring, or even killing its prey. Its immense strength allows it to tear humans apart effortlessly, while its tough, unnatural body makes it highly resistant to physical damage. Coupled with its psychological tactics and unpredictable behavior, encountering Siren Head is almost always a death sentence. Avoiding Siren Head requires extreme caution and situational awareness. First and foremost, steer clear of any abandoned towns, dense forests, or remote roads, especially areas with reports of strange noises or missing persons. If you hear radio chatter, emergency alerts with no clear source, or voices calling your name in the distance, do not investigate. These are almost always lures. Stay in groups, avoid traveling at night, and never approach any structure silhouette that looks like a tall, unmoving figure in the distance. If you suspect its presence, remain silent and avoid making noise. Leave the area immediately. There is no known way to fight or reason with Siren Head. Survival depends entirely on staying unseen and unheard. Siren Head isn't just hostile, it's an apex predator designed for human hunting. With a mix of psychological warfare, brute strength, supernatural stealth, and reality-bending abilities, it ranks among the most lethal of Trevor Henderson's creations. It doesn't just kill, it torments. Considered an invasive species in the Trevor Henderson universe, it resembles a tall, hairless, humanoid canine with a nervous or unsettling expression. It's often depicted in a slouched posture, walking upright like a person, but moving with unnatural stiffness. While not as overtly aggressive as Siren Head, Anxious Dog is still considered hostile and is seen as highly territorial. It is capable of stalking its targets silently for extended periods, staying just out of reach, watching, following, waiting. In some accounts, it shows signs of extreme speed and unpredictability, making it difficult to track or escape once it decides to engage. Anxious Dog is a dangerous and unpredictable entity. Its behavior ranges from passive observation to violent outbursts, depending on the situation or its mood. It has been seen dragging victims away in seconds, or simply watching them sleep without ever striking. The lack of clear pattern makes it even more terrifying. Avoid wandering alone in areas where Anxious Dog has been sighted, especially alleyways, train yards, or empty suburbs at night. If you spot a creature that resembles a dog but moves like a human, do not approach. Stay in lit areas and never run. It seems to react to sudden movement or panic. Quietly remove yourself from the area while avoiding eye contact. If it begins to follow you, change direction multiple times and seek shelter in a populated area. Avoid direct confrontation. It is unclear how it reacts when cornered, but survivors often report erratic, violent behavior if provoked. Compared to other Trevor Henderson creatures, your odds are slightly better. If you stay calm and leave before it gets too close, that is. Once Anxious Dog chooses to pursue, escape becomes significantly more difficult. Its speed, unpredictability, and stalker-like nature makes it a highly dangerous entity, especially for lone individuals. Don't let the gloves and smile fool you. Behind the rubbery limbs and cartoon grin hides one of Trevor Henderson's most malevolent creations, Cartoon Cat. Unlike Siren Head, who stalks the woods, this entity invades forgotten human spaces such as malls, schools, and dark hallways, places that used to feel safe. Cartoon Cat is an elastic humanoid feline with exaggerated cartoon features, a huge mouth full of sharp teeth, stretchy limbs, and empty, soulless eyes. Its body bends and distorts like an old rubber animation, giving it the ability to stretch, contort, and even flatten itself through tight spaces. Cartoon Cat possesses a terrifying range of abilities that make it one of Trevor Henderson's most dangerous entities. It moves and behaves like a cartoon, capable of stretching, twisting, and contorting its body in impossible ways, slipping through tight spaces or appearing out of nowhere. Its strength is immense, and its body is virtually indestructible. Cartoon Cat also exhibits disturbing intelligence and can mimic voices, or produce distorted, mocking laughter to unsettle its victims. Some believe it can even warp reality around itself, trapping people in looping or altered environments that resemble cursed versions of real-world locations. With its elastic form, sadistic personality, and supernatural powers, Cartoon Cat is less a creature and more of a walking nightmare with no clear limits. Cartoon Cat is arguably the most dangerous creature in the Trevor Henderson universe. It's not only hostile, it's sadistic. It doesn't just kill, it plays with its victims, stretching out the fear and confusion. Its intelligence, supernatural abilities, and unpredictable behavior make it nearly unstoppable. Avoid entering abandoned malls, schools, warehouses, or other liminal spaces alone, especially if you feel like you're being watched, or hear faint cartoon music in the background. If you ever see movement out the corner of your eye that doesn't match reality, or shadowy, stretched figure with a grin, leave immediately. Do not run in a straight line, as Cartoon Cat seems to enjoy stalking prey like a predator in a game. Stay in populated areas, and avoid any locations tied to rumors or sightings. Cartoon Cat is impossible to outrun, outsmart, or even destroy. It shows signs of enjoying the suffering of its victims, often turning encounters into twisted games. If it has encountered you, your fate is likely sealed. Survival would require sheer luck, divine intervention, or its own disinterest in finishing the job. Scissors is an unnaturally tall, emaciated humanoid with a pair of grotesque split hands that resemble giant, rusty shears. Its primary ability lies within its movements. Its shears slam together with crushing force capable of slicing through flesh, bone, or even metal. It often uses this to pin or bisect its victims in a single, horrifying motion. Despite its awkward form, Scissors can move quickly, often appearing suddenly in corridors, alleys, or behind its targets. Its presence is often accompanied by a metallic snipping sound echoing through the silence, a warning too late for most. While it does not speak, its jerky, almost puppet-like behavior suggests something not fully in control. Or perhaps, it's just enjoying the chaos it causes. Scissors doesn't wait in abandoned places like most creatures, it comes to you. Once it picks a victim, it chooses their home as its hunting ground. People report hearing strange metallic snipping sounds at night, doors creaking open, or seeing tall shadows in the hallway. It doesn't always attack right away. It watches and waits, building fear. When Scissors is inside your home, locking doors or turning on lights won't help. If it's choosing your house, your fate is already sealed. There are no documented survivors, and no known way to stop or banish it. Its behavior suggests that once you're marked, there is no escape. It waits inside your home, uses fear to paralyze, and strikes with deadly precision. Avoiding death is impossible. You're not just being hunted, you've already been caught. Very little is known about Scissors, where it comes from, and what it wants, or why it chooses its victims. What is clear, though, is that it embodies pure dread, stalking silently from the shadows until it's ready to kill. It is in every sense the boogeyman of Trevor Henderson universe, unseen, unstoppable, and inevitable. All kings rule over something. Some rule over land, some over people, but this one, it rules over decay, disease, and death. This is the Fetid King, a digital plague, a computer virus that infects systems and minds alike. A towering corpse draped in rot and crowned with ruin. The Fetid King is more than just a rotting monster, it's a digital curse. Once it infects a device, it begins by creating multiple eerie copies of an image called kingbirth.jpg. This disturbing photo shows the Fetid King standing in a foggy, decayed landscape. If you reverse search the image, strange messages will appear, things like, "The Fetid King is coming soon." Over time, the images grow more corrupt, glitching with red-blue distortion, until eventually one shows the Fetid King staring directly at the viewer. As the infection spreads, the device will display ominous error messages repeating phrases like, "All who dare profane the Fetid King shall take his place," along with others like, "He is coming now," or "He will be here soon." Some of these phrases can even be found inside the image if converted to a text file. By then, it's too late. The virus has already marked you. Opening games or apps causes extreme glitches, crashes, and audio distortions. Once the system becomes unstable, the victim doesn't have much longer to live after that. The only way to survive the Fetid King is to avoid him completely. Never open strange files like kingbirth.jpg or share disturbing images of a crowned, decaying figure. If the image starts multiplying on your device or strange messages appear, shut down everything immediately. Destroying the device might help, but once the infection begins, survival is unlikely. No one knows how the Fetid King kills, only that it happens shortly after the device is destroyed by the virus. Your best chance is to never let him in. The first non-canon creature we'll be examining is known as the Sleepwalker, or the Sleeping Man. At first glance, it appears to be a fragile, elderly figure, gaunt, hunched, and seemingly asleep, but this appearance is nothing more than just a disguise. Its closed eyes are actually nostrils, and its true eyes sit higher and further apart. Its jaw lies hidden beneath a false lip-like fold. The Sleepwalker infiltrates elderly care homes, blending in among the residents by wearing stolen blankets and hospital gowns. It mimics the ambient beeping of medical machines, not out of intelligence, but like a parrot, echoing the sounds it hears around it. When it feeds, its disguise drops. Its throat swells grotesquely, its jaw stretches open, and its knees snap backwards to move with inhuman speed. It swallows its victims whole, alive, and perhaps most disturbingly, once consumed, the victim is forgotten. Their memories are erased completely from everyone who ever knew them, as if they never existed at all. Surviving the Sleepwalker requires extreme vigilance in hospitals and care facilities, especially in quiet wards where unfamiliar patient may be lying for too long. Pay attention to unnatural posture, strange breathing, or distorted facial features. If you notice a figure that never moves, never eats, or mimics sounds without interacting, report it immediately and leave the area. If it begins to stir, run. Fighting it is not an option. By the time it reveals its true form, it's ready to feed. The Sleepwalker is silent, deceptive, and very difficult to detect until it's too late. Its ability to blend in, move without sound, and erase all memory of its victims make it one of the most psychologically disturbing entities encountered. What makes it truly dangerous is that no one will know it's hunting because no one will ever remember who it's taken.
Oh God, I hope you don't remember what I just said. Okay. Listen to me, I don't have long. I don't even know if this will upload, but you need to know this. There's something out there called... That's what people are calling it, that name. It's not even close to what it is. It's not a monster, it's not even alive in the way we understand. It's a reality-ending cognito hazard. If you see it, if you even begin to understand what it is, your mind starts to break. Not just you, everything, the world, laws of physics, they start to bend. It doesn't chase, it doesn't talk, it just appears. And suddenly people start clawing their faces saying things aren't words. Entire rooms collapse in on themselves like paper. It's like a dream but the dream is us. If you feel like your thoughts are slipping, the world looks wrong, it's glitching, like you're waking up from something. Run, close your eyes, cover your ears, forget. Do not try to understand what I just said. Don't even try to document, just forget.
And that concludes our descent into some of the most hostile and horrifying entities from Trevor Henderson's dark universe, both canon and not. But this is far from over. There are more creatures out there, more whispers, more sightings, and more nightmares that haven't yet surfaced. Part 2 is coming soon, but in the meantime, let me know how you guys liked the video and drop some suggestions in the comments below. Until then, keep your lights on, your devices clean, and whatever you do,